Hey everybody, it's Kevin with Grayline Overland, and I am here today to talk about my newest modification that I have made, a couple of them actually, to my meaner bean trailer. Okay, so whenever we were looking at them, we were looking at the Escapade and we were looking at the meaner bean, right? We did that in our earlier video, and we kind of decided early on after going in and seeing the way the Escapades were built, and you know, kind of touring the factory and talking to the guys, that it wasn't in line with our needs as much as the meaner bean was. And the meaner bean, to me, they were just very impressive, and how the build process is and how well put together their facilities are. Even for being such a small company, they really did a really fine job putting these things together and refining their manufacturing processes so that there are no mistakes. Of course, there's going to be mistakes here and there, but minimizing the amount of mistakes. They really do a really good job of that. But whenever I was looking at the Escapade, it had something that I really wish that we had had as an option on the bean, which, by the way, is now an option after we ordered ours. Sucks, but it's what it is. So whenever I picked mine up, I noticed that they were actually putting them on some of their meaner beans that were in there, and it kind of hurt because I really wanted that, and that was actually one of the big sticklers that I decided I was going to add. So I am in the process of adding it now, and so we're going to take a look at a couple of the modifications I made in order to get an outdoor shower, and that's what the Escapade did that the bean didn't do. The bean did so much more that was better than the Escapade, in my view, and suited our needs better. Not to say Escapade's not a good product, because it is, but the bean they just really hit home with me whenever we went and visited them. So this is one of the things that we wanted to add in order to get it to where we need it to be. So part of the fun in owning a trailer like this is getting to customize it yourself. So here it is, and I'm going to turn the camera so that you can see it, and it is the water spout right here. So I actually had to drill like a 3-inch hole right there in the side of my meaner bean, which was, whew, it didn't feel good. It was very scary to do that. So I drilled that, and then I, as you see, there's a like an air hose style connector right there that goes into this air hose style hose, which is actually water, and it is pressurized. I'll show you through the use of our pump down here. I'm not going to turn it on because I've got it mocked up over there, but I haven't got it actually hooked up because it requires a few more things before I actually hook it up. So that pump right there is actually down here, and it is that right there. So I spliced into that right here with that line. I put a T in there, and then it goes off right here to the spout. So whenever I turn on the pump for the sink, it actually pressurizes that as well. So we have running water on the sink and running water for, you guessed it, the shower, which we also didn't want just a shower. We wanted a hot water shower. So I'm going to show y'all what we have mocked up over here. It's not finished by any stretch of the imagination, but we have a small privacy tent right here, and there's our shower head. So you go in there and you just take a shower. So here's our Gasland hot water heater. So cold water goes in. It gets, it's hooked into our propane here, and it goes into that, and then you can dial in your hot water, however hot you want it. Like I said, this is just mocked up for right now because I'm not actually going to use it, because I'm staying at a campground and it actually has showers here, so I'm not going to be using it this trip, and for good reason. It's good that I'm not, because actually I'm missing a couple parts that I need, so I would have to go to the parts store and get it if I did. And it's also just hanging here right now. I plan on making a more permanent fixture for this in the future, but for right now this is working. Okay, and that is one of the things that we really wanted whenever we were looking at these, is we wanted the ability to get a hot shower. So now we have that, and I'm going to build a case for it and make it all nice and neat so it'll tuck away, so I don't have to pull it out and hang it up every time I'm want to get a shower or whatever. But that Gasland, I'll link it in the description below for the actual one that I bought, but I think it was somewhere around $125. It wasn't expensive. You can get the Camp Chefs, which are a lot nicer, but they're also a lot more pricey. I think they're in the $200 range. So this is just one of the cheaper ones for right now. I might end up going with a nicer one later that puts out more water, but for right now this meets our needs. I will say this though, I'm probably going to end up upgrading also the pump on the sink, because to do a shower, it's probably coming up a little short on how much water it actually puts out. So in the future, look for me to be doing a video on that as well. I didn't do a DIY video on the spout because, to be quite honest, I didn't want anybody watching in case I messed it up. But yeah, thankfully I didn't have to resort to alternative techniques in order to make it look good. It actually came out looking pretty good, and I'm pretty happy with it. So yeah, that's where we're at. That's the Gasland. It's 0.6 liter, 0.6 gallons per minute or something like that. I'll have it all linked in the description below, and so that you can buy, get on there and research it and buy it if you so choose. But yeah, so there we are. So there again, when we buy these little teardrops, it's all about making it your own, and this is just one more step in making it our own. We love the Meaner Bean. I actually did take it on a trail last night, and we have some damage. In case you didn't notice whenever I was showing you that, it is the wheel is beat all to crap because we were on a trail, or I was on a trail, and I got a flat, and the trail was so rough I didn't notice that I had gotten a flat, and by the time I did, the wheel and tire were mangled. So now I'm running my spare. Thankfully the Meaner Bean comes with a spare, but I'm running my spare, and I am very much hopeful that we don't need another spare on this trip. But the Meaner Bean took a lot of abuse on that trail. We were on Snebley Hill. It's a badge of honor trail, and it's an easy badge of honor trail. I did it all in two-wheel drive, but it was so rough. It took so much abuse. I mean, I actually took some underside abuse on the Bean as well, on one of the timber and axle, the timber and suspension right there. I'm gonna have to fix it. I will do another video on that later. But yeah, so it took a beating, and it's still here, and it held up good. I'll tell you what didn't hold up good was my Harbor Freight hitch, because as you can see now, it is bent. So I will be having to go, I'll have to be going and getting a new one of those, which I just bought that one because somebody stole our other setup, so we had to order a new one. So I'm gonna have to go and get another hitch and put this on a different hitch, because don't know that I want to ride home with it like that. It'll probably hold up, but it's just not safe. So we want to be safe when we're out there, so I'm gonna go ahead and get a new one and try to fix it before I go home. Anyway, this is Kevin with Grayline Overland, and please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more content, and we'll see you next time.